All right, hello everyone. Good evening tonight. This is a speed gaming daily involving the mode Invrosia. Today we have hopefully a wonderful race between TJ Maelstrom and Power to Mario. Uh, yeah, as I mentioned, today is going to be the mode Invrosia and Echo. Today I have my own commentary, myself CS289 and Echo Light 07.
Hello. Thank you guys for having me. I'm excited to be doing my first comms, and looks like everybody's already taken off. So that was a very quick map check that I did not get to see. But as CS said, we're doing Invrosia tonight. So as you can see, we're doing inverted world start. Starting in the dark world from Link's house there, where the bomb shop would usually be. And we're still doing 7 crystals to open up Ganon's tower, which is in the Hyrule Castle spot today. And then I believe big keys are also shuffled throughout the world. Is that correct?
Hi, sorry. I had to change some things for my voice. Yes, the big keys are shuffled only on this vote.
Right. Looks like we got
Oh
Hyperive
yes,
already being opened up. We got a heart container, so that's nice to have when you're starting in an inverted state.
yeah. So far they found flippers in Link's house, and today we have a green pennant swamp and a blue pennant turtle rock. Everybody else is a regular crystal.
Going to the bow game early to get some of that extra cash that you're going to need in order to do dig game and the chest game. 20 rupees on Stumpy. That's the other good thing to point out is that in Invrosia, we also start with a sword, which is a nice thing to begin with when you're in the dark world with 3 hearts. See what we've got at the dig game.
Oh, nice lamp.
Excellent. Always nice to see that one early.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to get that, though. It does mean there is a higher chance that Aga is a possibility on this mode. All you really need is a glove and a lamp, and with the initial starting sword, you can just pretty much do Aga at that point.
Which I'm sure everybody is what they want to see right now. So.
I know, right? Yeah, so the number of Aga seeds in Ambrosia is much higher because of the non-barrier that's in this mode. From Aga Tower, we'll have to see if there's a glove that comes out beforehand. You know, looks like TJ is going to do East Town area, and Power Mario is going to do, looks like Pyramid and Pod, maybe.
Finding the red meringue there in the brewery. Maelstrom's checking out the front of Thieves. That was a 300 rupees so far. Thieves Town holding the lot of cash for us so far.
3 movies are stump prize and a piece of heart on the pyramid. Oh no, drop the fairy. Drop the fairy.
So easy to forget that you have that fairy in the bottle.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've done that before, so TJ remembered, so that's great. No more accidental death revives and like
Meanwhile, it looks like Power to Mario is headed over to Pod. Let's see what we've got there early.
well, there's going to be at least some progression either one of these two, one or both of these 2 dungeons, because those are we're pretty much at a last location at this point.
So far, just a whole bunch of keys, but that's to be expected.
Thank you to Desert Palace. Okay.
And if desert does turn out to be necessary, that means we'll also have to find the book at some point, because you have to have the book to get into desert from an inverted state.
Oh, the Moon Pearl. Okay. Basically, we're 1 item away from having Aga access, and Light will access that way.
Question is, where will that 1 item be?
So it looks like there's going to be 2 more items in Skull. One of them is, oh, I forgot to mention, but there will be a guaranteed item on the boss in this mode. Mostly due to Invrosia is very similar to Ambrosia, where an item is always an item, not a map, a key, or a compass. It must be on the boss in every dungeon, which makes Pendant dungeons somewhat worse off if you end up having to have an item that's required from the boss. Big key to Hera.
Yeah. Getting that after that pretty nice mimic clip he did as well. And then extra bombing the wall, just for good measure, just to make sure it was open. So. Meanwhile, TJ is heading over to... Nope, just kidding. Not heading to Ice Palace. Which would make sense, he doesn't have a fire rod or bomb bus, so yeah. Power to Mario finding most of the keys there at Pod, so let's see what's here in the harmless heck way.
And there's our glove. Okay. And arcane. Okay.
He's being decently generous so far, but that could always come to bite you in the later game.
We don't have the big key. I think he got everything out of this stuff that he possibly could have. Yeah, there we go.
Yep. So he's probably going to go clear out Skull, I would think now, right?
Yeah, he could. Well, he still needs a fire rod still to kill Mothula.
Yeah, to check it, I meant.
It looks like he's gonna go up the mountain actually. Which actually I do like that move right now, since you pretty much found all of Aga Axis and stuff. I would just start clearing the mountain at this point.
Yeah, finding that glove will allow you to do that. Go see what's up here then. I think TJ found a bottle at some point too. I think I missed that, but that'll be nice once he gets over to Kakariko.
Yeah, he found that in the Thieves Town big key chest. That was the one with the fairy in it, where he saved himself from death. Yeah, that. TJ picking up that moon pearl now.
And now Power to Mario is making the long trek with the old man through the mountain.
Tenant Hera is our last tenant.
Red crystals that are other two dungeons in the Light World.
So nothing on Gary, and I guess Power to Mario is going to check Spec Rock here. Makes sense, because you're in the Light World right now, so might as well just go check this too.
TJ using the pause buffer to try and get that Mimic to just slide his way out of bounds. There we go.
Got it. Nice. So our options right now are to kill Aga 1, to do Super Bunny, which means to go through those Lionels that are so fun to go around, or do Catfish at this point. Those are our remaining checks for this scene.
So pick your poison. That's basically what we're at.
Yeah. Personally, I wouldn't mind if somebody just goes straight over to Aga right now, since you pretty much have Moon Pearl and Glove, and Lamb. You can open up the entire Dark World at that point and just go straight in and start clearing everything in the Light World overworld. Which Power to Mario is going to do right now.
He heard you.
Yes, he did.
He heard you. Got to take out these ball and chain guards with your fighter sword first, though.
TJ picking up that glove now. Yeah, these enemies in the Dark World are much worse than in the Light World. A lot of them do a lot of damage. Just gotta be really careful here.
Especially when you're on green mail and 4 hearts.
So there are 2 items left in pot right now. There's one in the big chest and then one on the boss.
And we will definitely be seeing the one on the boss at some point, since pot is a crystal. So we will be back.
Yeah, you kind of have to be careful on this floor with Aga Tower. All of the enemies do 1 heart. All the red guards do 1 heart of damage each.
Meanwhile, TJ is guiding the old man up the mountain, so I would imagine he's probably going to follow Power to Mario and Diaga Tower afterwards, but I guess we shall see. Aga seems to be playing fairly nicely with us today, but there's always time for him to change his mind.
Yes, he's... yeah, right. I think there was only one blue ball, wasn't
Yeah, yeah, that's I
Must-
only saw one.
Let's just take it right now because
Yep.
I've seen those times where you had like 7, 8, 10, 11 blue balls. I'm like, okay.
Small victories where we can get them.
I know, yeah.
Looks like TJ's heading up to probably go follow in Power to Mario's footsteps, I would think. Here.
Yeah, it looks like he wanted to see if he can grab a heart there, because in the north, south, east, and west locations of those flowers, each of them has a higher chance of having like a heart or a fairy. And Power to Mario looks like he's going to do Saha and Eastern Palace. Interesting choice. And there's the fire rod and the mushroom and the ruby.
So the fire rod and a fetch quest. All right. Definitely cleaning out the back of Saha's closet there. So. Looks like he's going to continue on over here into Eastern. the first check of Eastern.
And a rupee.
It'll be interesting to see once TJ gets his light world access, if we have some divergence in the runners here, see if TJ just maybe heads over to Kakariko and checks the woods first before, you know, doing something like Saha or Eastern like we saw in Power to Mario.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised Power Mario didn't just check Uncle really quick before leaving. I wonder why he did that.
Yeah, I forgot it's always right there in the inverted. Inverted always
Yeah.
rain a little bit. So.
And TJ's gonna get the good news that this is only a one blue ball Aga one, so that's good. Alright, Eastern, are you gonna put up or nothing? It's the last chance for anything. And it's a blue boomerang. Okay. Eastern, a dead dungeon, like, again.
I mean, some would argue that the blue meringue is the best meringue, but that's up for debate. So.
Down goes Aga 1 on TJ's side. It looks like Power to Mario is going to the south side right now. Maybe Zora or South Shore?
Yeah, well, I would say South Shore at this point, yeah. This really does not want to go to Kakariko right now. TJ, meanwhile, heading into the back of Hyrule Castle. Hey,
Yeah,
Master Sword at the dam.
Oh, that was a Master Sword? Okay. It looked like some kind of rod. Either it was like MS or Ice Rod.
I mean, I suppose if you turned it around and whacked them with the other end, that could kind of act as a rod. But
Yeah, on this scene, I don't know if we would want to see Ice Rod, to be honest. Like,
over to Mario heading over to Mini Moldorm as TJ heads up to Zelda's cell.
we got a piece of heart, a blue cane, a blue mail, rupee, and a shovel. Oh, joy.
All the fetch quests today. And blue things. Blue things are nice.
And so far, I think there hasn't been really anything in Hyrule so far.
Not yet. TJ's gonna go check out his uncle.
There's our book. Okay. That gives us the ability to clear desert at this point.
which we know we do need to do because I believe it was one of our 5/6 crystals.
The only question mark in that dungeon is if something ends up on the torch. Or the small key, actually. Yeah, the small key actually could be on the torch, too.
And, of course, we have to find the big key at some point.
Yeah. Actually, they did find that in, let's see, where was that? It was in the desert. Oh, no, the desert was in... No. Somewhere early. Yes,
our Eagle Eye tracker has found that for us. Skullwoods, he says. They say.
Oh, Skullwoods. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Piece of heart in Ice Red Cave, and I think that was the bug net there in Dark Cross. DJ checking out the back of the skip. There's a bow.
There's our bow. And a big key to turn a rock in Waterfall. We're one more step closer to Trinex.
So that rod thing you were talking about earlier might come true after all.
Yeah, let's just hope that doesn't happen.
Just pretend that didn't happen and it'll all go away. It'll be okay. Or it'll be right here, let's say.
Oh, there's another sword.
That was close. That was too close.
Yeah. Okay, alright, let's... Oh, so the escape was okay. There was an extra sword in there. There was the bow. And it looks like Power Tomorrow is going to get his book right now. Which he still has to go do Skull in order to actually get that dungeon done.
EJ, meanwhile, exploiting one of the changes we have from an inverted state, being able to just hike up the ladder here and go check out the graveyard ledge.
How did TJ get so much money? He has like 962.
There was another 300 there in the back of Escape, so.
Oh, okay. Alright. That's like, wow, why do they have 700 rupees of difference? It makes sense, though. And Power Tomorrow looks like he's going to clear Hyrule Castle now, too.
Like TJ's going to go check out the Lumberjack ledge here really quick, just to make sure we don't need anything up there. Yep, just a piece of heart.
Actually, at this point, I wouldn't mind a ped check, if possible. Let's see, we really are not that much far from ped, actually.
Well, and at this point, you may as well do it, because inverted state, you can't just get there from, you know, when you're clearing out skulls, so you're here, you may as well do it, right?
Yeah, I personally think if it's on the way, you should do it just in case something ends up being there. And it looks like he's going to do that. I like the play.
All right, chat. Is it going to be something worthwhile, or is it just going to be garbage? Let's find out.
Half magic is on ped. Well, okay. I guess we don't. You know, goodbye, half magic. We're never going to get that.
Unless the seed is extremely unkind and you already have to clear out all the pendants for some other reason. All right, our first Kakariko check into the well. A full heart. Oh, there's our flute. A little piece of heart and 20 bucks.
Flute doesn't really open up that much stuff for us. The one thing it does open up is Meyership at this point. In this mode, Flute is used to move around in the dark world, versus in open or retro or standard, you would use it to open up the light world. And there's the hammer, too, by the way.
And lots of heart pieces in Blind's hideout. Over to Mario, meanwhile, picking up his bow. Bottle vendor giving us a not-so-great return on our money. So after we clear up Kakariko here, I would think the next play would be probably desert, right? I mean, we have everything we need to clear it. Well, unless we need the boots.
Yeah, I would probably go do that first. Big key to Eastern. Okay, well, that's another big key that we do need.
And that one we can clear.
I think TJ forgot about the flute. Oh, never mind. He actually did remember.
He heard you again.
Yeah. There we go. Best to do it right now, because otherwise you have to. Otherwise, walking back is such a pain in this mode. Let's get back to CAC.
Like, I wonder if we'll ever see that mushroom turned in with how much of a pain it is to get over to the potion shop there.
Yeah, that mushroom is going to be... And it doesn't look like Power... I'm guessing Power Tomorrow didn't do that when he was over there?
Well, I mean, he is going to get... He doesn't know it yet, but he's going to get his hammer here in Kakariko, so maybe we see a fake powder from him.
Yeah, he could do that. And the bomb. Okay. Goodbye, race game. We don't have to do that. We actually have enough stuff to kill 4 dungeons. Eastern, Desert, Pod, and which one? And Skull.
Kate's sitting here in K45. But yes, and Skull. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. So we're really only looking for maybe like a couple more things. Specifically, like the Meyer big key, the Thieves Town big key. Some way, hookshot or mitts to get up there. So far, it's been a pretty nice seeds ever since they got into the light world.
Coming over to see what's here on the desert tablet, and just 20 more bucks.
And Power Tomorrow is going to go get his flute and his hammer very soon.
While TJ is heading into desert.
Okay, hopefully there is only going to be a map or compass on the torch. And that is not a good sign to start off with. Thanks, game. That's not good. Like,
come on, boots. Oh, darn.
yeah, so there will be one item guaranteed to be on the right side. Yeah, and this is actually a good piece of information, though. There will be boots somewhere before GT on the sea, because we do need to kill Crystal Desert before you can go into GT, and boots are hard required because of the small key. You do need that small key in order to kill Lamo logically. The question is, though, where is the boots and how terrible are they going to be?
So at this point, you're definitely hoping that Ice Rod does not show up.
Imagine boots on Trinex or like Cold Stare or Hera Basement. Like, those are all places that could possibly have it, I guess. And hopefully it's going to go the way it's going right now, which is so far everything's been fine and nothing strange has had to happen in order for them to move forward.
TJ is opening up the back of Desert here and heading into his landmail fight. And meanwhile, Power to Mario is going to go check out the Meyer shed. And what medallion do we need on Meyer?
Today it is Ether. And there's nothing on Meyer shed. Okay. And it looks like Power Tomorrow is going to finish up Pod at this point, which I don't mind, because we do need to finish that dungeon today. And this is the first crystal for TJ. I think there was nothing on Lando, as far as I know.
Yeah, I actually did not catch that. I was looking to see where Power to Mario fluted to, so...
And there's our mitts. Okay.
Our tracker is saying it was some sort of heart piece / container on landmine.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Makes sense. This gives us the access to Pendant Hera. Okay.
DJ checking out Agina. More cash. With all this cash, at some point, somebody's got to go check the Scamfish, right?
Maybe. Like, I don't know. A lot of people don't like Zora that much, really.
Especially in inverted when it's... Well, I guess it's still the same hike.
Yeah, it's actually a little bit nicer in this mode if you have mirror specifically, because if you haven't done either of the fishes together, you can mirror into the waterfall area to get catfish done, and then you can do Zora like immediately right after. Like,
Meanwhile, Power to Mario is clearing out the basement of Pod here, so let's see what Helmet has for us.
Yeah, TJ's following right behind. I'm kind of hoping Power to Mario goes to Skull, actually, because if you spend time to do Saha's area and you get a Fire Rod, you know, Eastern Palace is kind of polarizing as far as I'm concerned as a choice to do early. Some people really like doing it that way, and some people don't. To me, if you get the Fire Rod like that and you know you have to do Skullwoods, you should try to do all of Skullwoods at this point. Like, so I'm kind of hoping that he goes there, and when he does that, then he will be able to get the Desert Big Key at that point, and then he'll be able to go into Desert and finish that dungeon off.
Sounds like a plan to me. Meanwhile, TJ is coming over here to check the big chest. Power to Mario found all of 20 bucks on Helma. Powder.
And it's the powder. Okay. Sure. Like,
so at some point, one of these fetch quests has to give us something. Or not.
a little bit surprised TJ did the big chest first, honestly. Just because when you kill Helma, you can go back to the front and then go straight over to the big chest afterwards. Versus if you do the big chest first, you have to Death Warp if you don't have the mirror. Which I think might be a little bit slower. And to be honest, though, like, just watching both of these two, they're about even in terms of how much stuff they've gotten done. And so it's pretty close, like, right now, like, I think, personally.
Yeah, I would agree. So.
Yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah, I guess I would think, yeah, Eastern is fine, too, as a choice.
It's right here. You've got to do it anyway. And we know we can clear it. So. TJ's going into his Helmasaur fight. Meanwhile, Power to Mario will probably be checking out the big chest here in Eastern. See if that has anything for us. Or not.
Oh no, that's a map or a compass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
right.
yeah, it's easy, very easy to forget about that. I've done that too, where I just thought, oh yeah, I forgot. There is still one more item. No, it's on the bus. All right, that is crystal number 2 for TJ. Let's see where he goes next. And it looks like Eastern. Okay, that makes sense.
See what Armos has for us. More cash.
Yeah, so that means after Eastern, TJ will be picking up that Fire Rod. And it looks like Power to Mario might be going to ice?
Interesting. Well, I mean, he's got Fire Rod, he's got Canis Maria, so...
I'm very surprised by that. Honestly, because he has a fully clearable skull. Well, almost fully clearable skull, depending on if there's something in the big chest or not. I'm not sure if I would do ice before I would do skull in this scenario.
I wonder if he's just concerned that with the green pendant, maybe that Saha is hiding something else from us.
Maybe that would be something to ask at the end. I don't know, just in case the Ice Palace Big Key shows up for some reason. Like, there's always sort of a risk to just go in here without the big key if something ends up in the big chest itself. Well, hopefully the Ice Palace pays off. So far, just not very much. So, this dungeon in Invrosia is always not cane locked, because there has to be an item on the boss. And the only way the boss is actually locked by cane is if a small key ends up here on that boss. And the big key to Meyer.
Oh my.
Uh-oh.
So, good call so far. Maybe,
yeah,
maybe. Unless, again, something happens to be in that big chest, but...
Yeah, hopefully there's nothing in the big chest, but I mean,
yeah.
It's always risky when going in here, especially when you have a fully clearable crystal instead. But for sure, the Ice Palace, so I think that's 2 items as far as I'm concerned, of this dungeon. Yeah, so for sure, Ice Palace map chest is required on this seed.
It looks like part of Mario is going to go check Ice Tea here while TJ is heading into the back of Eastern.
And there's an item in the big chest, I think, as far as I know. Yeah, okay. That's always scary as far as I'm concerned, because, yeah, if for some reason the big key is somewhere available, then it could be pretty bad for somebody who isolates it. So hopefully it doesn't show up. Uh-oh. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't show up at all, and it's not a consideration, but if there is, oh god, that's gonna be bad. Like,
our ice rod can just stay right there. We won't need it. Everything will be fine.
then TJ's gonna pick up his fire rod right now, and his mushroom. Yes, I'm trying to avoid possible massive train wrecking right now with this happening. All right, Colster, what do you got today? That's a rupee. Okay.
Following suit with all of the other bosses we've seen so far.
Yeah, actually, I don't think we've seen anything on the boss so far. Like, other than trash. Like, and TJ's gonna finish off Skullwoods, it looks like. Yeah, that's fine. Casual map check at 51 minutes. And Powers Mario looks like he's going to turn in the green pennant first. And I think I did say swamp, so I'm correct. I'm going to be corrected about that. It is Ice Palace, so there's the green. Okay. Originally, I thought it was swamp, but it's not that one. And nothing on the boss for the green pennants. That's a good sign, I think, for the big key. Nothing's immediately has to be done on Colster or the green pennant, so it's not very likely that we would need that. At least I hope there's nothing on there.
Yeah. So at this point, let's see. What do we need? We know we need ether. We know we need hookshot or boots for Meyer. Mirror.
The Thief Sound big key?
Yes. Big keys. Big keys are useful. Bumpy key.
And I think that's pretty much it. I think it's just a few more things. Oh, look, there's the boots on Shovel. Shovel, I think, was at Mini Molem Cave?
That sounds right.
Are all Invrosia seeds enemized? No. It's just vanilla enemies for Invrosia. Well, there is power to Mario's way into Meyer at this point. Alright, Mothula goes down. Oh, he's checking the powder. Okay.
Well, our first fetch quest had something, so let's see if the second one does.
A sword. Oh my god.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, game. Okay.
Thanks, Magic Bat.
Well, this seed's actually kind of getting a little bit more interesting. Like, sword on Magic Bat, Meyer Big Key, and Ice Palace Map Chest. Magic Bat had a sword. There we go. Power to Mario's gonna go do Skull now.
As TJ heads into ice.
I guess I'm a little bit surprised by TJ a little bit. Just because he doesn't have that full mountain to do.
And seeing as he doesn't have the shovel or the blue mail, that means he hasn't even gone to Mini Moldorp yet. So he still has stuff in the light world to do.
Yeah. Both of them, I'm very surprised when they did ice, actually. I mean, he's going to get paid off here by getting the Meyer Big Key, which is good, because he's going to need that to finish the game. But the times at which both of them went to this dungeon, I'm kind of surprised by. I'll have to see if TJ continues on and kills Cold Stare, though, because, you know, there is always a choice you can just not choose to not do it. And if he did choose to not do it, that actually would save him some time. Because as of right now, the only thing you have to do in this dungeon is the map chest. Unless for some reason, of course, like the Ice Palace Big Key shows up. And I keep mentioning about it, but there is an item in that chest specifically, so.
Over to Mario falling down into his moth fight.
And TJ's going to pick up his Meyer Big Key. That's good. He's going to need that. Still can't go in because he still needs the ether and some other way to cross that gap. And there is definitely an item in the big chest of this dungeon too, the skull. Wow, I mean, there's a lot of isolated. Hopefully, we don't find any of these big keys, because if they do show up, like this could be kind of bad for both players.
Yeah, hopefully when we get to GT, it's just opening chest after chest and being eternally upset that it's not the big key that we're actually looking for.
or accidentally thinking it was the GT big key, and then mirroring on it, not
Oh, no.
intentionally. I've done that before, thinking it was like the GT big key. I'm like, oh, here's the big key. Oh no, it's the Eastern big key or something like that. Looks like TJ's gonna go kill the boss too. I don't blame him because you're already here. Kind of may have to go kill this boss anyways, and it's the green, so you'll get 2 items for it.
Yeah.
But TJ does not have to do the green, other than at least the green pendant or the boss, because Power to Mario did it, and there was nothing over there.
Power to Mario pulling out his big key to desert, so wouldn't be surprised if he headed that way.
It'll be interesting to see if there's anything on the right side of desert.
TJ taking out Cold Stare and getting his $20.
Alright, so Power to Mario is going to go clear up all the rest of the desert checks right now at this point. So he'll be able to pick up his mitts out of checkerboard, and anything that's on the right side of desert at this point. But as far as checks go, the things that we have left right now is pretty much almost everything in Death Mountain, except for Turtle Rock, and some of the hookshot checks. Hookshot checks and Hookshot Cave. We have King's Tomb and Ballcrocs, the Mushroom, Zora and Catfish, Purple Chest and Smiths, and Hammer Pegs. So those are the things that both of them collectively have not checked at this point. So this was just still quite a lot of stuff, but we are still missing 4 things on this seed. The Hookshot, the Ether, the Mirror, and the Thief's Town Big Key, at minimum.
Power to Mario pulled out his mitts from checkerboard there, heading over into desert. Meanwhile, TJ, where is he going?
It looks like he's gonna go to a mini Mulder camp, I think. And looks like South Shore, I think.
Yeah, that's good. We'll get his shovel, and hopefully he'll chase that and go find his boots. Alright, let's see what's on the right side of desert here.
And there's the shovels, you get the boots.
Blue goo on the right side of desert.
Okay, so TJ does not have to go back for that. Hopefully he doesn't decide to choose to go back there.
So TJ's heading up the mountain here.
And so far the boots have not paid off for anything. So we haven't needed to have them in order to get something so far. So not having them is makes things a little bit slower to do, but he's not missing out on things like, for instance, if something was in the right side of desert, like that would be it would be bad to not have that. But so far there hasn't been anything in terms of that item.
Like TJ's gonna
And
check and just scout out TR here for us. Like, and arrows there on the floating island. As Power to Mario clears up desert.
yes, as of right now, they're both at the same number of crystals. They got the same number of pendants done. Pretty much, they have the same items at this point too. So right now, again, it's very, very close. One hat, I think. What kind of big key is that? Oh, there's our Thieves Town big key.
Oh.
Okay, so that is our last big key that we 100% have to have. There's still a possibility we may need the other big keys, but as of right now, that's the one that we need for sure. I would say Power to Mario's a little... Yeah. I would say Power to Mario's a little bit behind in terms of, like, actual things done, I would say. But he does have the boots, so I do think that's going to help him, like, save some time right now, at least.
Yeah, being able to dash around Thieves Town if he still has them, still has that advantage by the time he and TJ both get there. That's definitely going to help a little bit.
And I think some of the time difference was caused by like double dipping Eastern at the very beginning, because Power to Mario did go to Eastern and Saha super early. So that's where I think a little bit of the time was lost. But I think he will be able to get that time back with the boots. So far, I don't think we've seen the small key, which...
TJ's dropping down to take out Moldorm, knowing that Moldorm is holding on to an item for us. And Power to Mario heading into Paradox.
Nothing on the boss. Alright. There's our silvers. Okay.
All right.
I think Hera had nothing, as far as I know.
Yeah, nothing yet. Not a whole lot on this mountain climb, I think, for either of our runners at the moment, aside from the silvers, which are always a nice thing to have. But both of these guys will know how to.
Yeah, it's been pretty low in terms of stuff here. The only real thing was the Thievestown Big Key, which we do need, which is good, but still no mirror, no hookshot to do swap, still no ether to go into mire.
And there was the mirror, right as you said it. Art of Mario showing off one of the fun oddities of Invrosia, being able to just hop down into Check Mimic Cave.
Oh, the Ice Palace Big Key. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. That's not the best thing to find. And with that mirror too, it also opens up Hookless Swamp, all of TR except Trinix. What else is open up by mirror? Oh, the Pyramid Fairy is also open up. And actually in this mode, if we're inverted, you actually have to have mirror in order to actually get there. Because you have to mirror from the light world into the dark world to get Pyramid Fairy done.
At least it's a much shorter walk.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh, lovely, the Ice Palace Big Key. I think instant regret is the first thing that comes to my mind with... Well, like I said, hopefully it just doesn't matter, and like, it... Oh yeah, that's right. So, like, TJ did not do Waterfall or Zora on this seed, so he didn't get the Turtle Rock Big Key.
You're right. Quake.
Quake. Oh my god, what?
Not quite the one we need, game.
Yeah, okay.
It does give
That's
us the ability to get
interesting.
into the front of TR and do the checks up there, but...
Yeah, the interesting thing about that with the Quake, it makes the way that Turtle Rock is set up in this mode, like, the front, if the medallion is not available, per se, like, the front is actually 4-key locked. Like, you actually need 4 keys to get up to the front side in order to be able to do the test logically. When you're given the medallion itself, when you're given the medallion itself, the checks actually become 0-key locked. So it's one of those weird things about inverted, and it's one of those weird things about inverted and medallions and TRs. A little bit of a special case here. So hopefully, there's some really weird things happening in this dungeon, like right now. Like,
TJ doing the amazing feat and remembering he does not have the hook shot, so needs to do this the normal way. Meanwhile, Now Power to Mario going over and checking the laser bridge.
So far, TR has been pretty bad. And I believe that's nothing for the, well, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I think at this point, yeah, it's nothing on this dungeon. Yeah, so the only thing that could possibly be good here, if there is something still here, is if the Trinex actually has it. And of course, we're getting our casual 72-minute chess game check that was available like 1 minute into the scene. I mean, this is good. This is actually good for Power Tomorrow. He doesn't have to come back here more than once, basically. So that's always a good thing to never have to travel to something multiple times. But yeah, if something ends up there, it kind of feels bad because you could have had it like 1 minute into the siege versus 70.
Well, it took him a while to get to Kakariko to begin with, so we shouldn't be surprised that it took him a little while to get to Village of Outcasts as well. So at least they're being...
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Power Tomorrow did not pick up the book check. Or so he doesn't have the Thief Stone Biggie.
Oh no. And
getting that wonderful quake.
So at this point, with Power to Mario being on this side of Village of Outcasts, I mean, we can go do... No. I thought, for a second, I thought he was gonna maybe go do Smith Chain, but guess
not. He might do Smith Chain, actually. Just use the mirror.
That's right. Yeah. It's inverted. I knew that.
It's fine. You actually can combo all of the, like, let's see, the bomb checks. They're in the north light world side. You can do that, and then you can also do mushroom at that point. These boots, though, have not given anything so far on the seed.
Just a little bit of a break on the thumbs.
Yeah, it has made it a little bit faster to do things, but there hasn't been any sort of progression whatsoever from them. Where's the Thief Stone Big Key? It's on Ether Tablet.
Bottle of red goo in the hammer pegs. The other thing, now that we have...
Oh, there's our hook shot. I'm sorry, what were we going to say?
I was just saying, since we did find our mirror, that does mean the Pyramid Fairy is also available to us now, but...
Yes. The TJ just found the hook shot, so now we can clear Swamp Palace. Yeah, TJ is one item away basically from go mode. All he needs to do is find Ether, and he will be done with the seed. Oh no. Looks like Paramar is going to go into a swamp.
Yep. Meanwhile, TJ takes down Blind and gets the very predictable at this point 20 rupees.
You know, if Ether actually ends up being in Swamp, TJ might not ever get the boots, which actually could be a good thing, because so far boots have been nothing but a distraction more than anything else. Like, all the checks that boots have been locking have just been total nothing itself. It is a little, it does suck a little bit because you do have to do everything slower, but if you don't have to do certain checks, like it could be advantageous in some ways. Like,
and if you're willing to take that 1 in 22 gamble, then absolutely. So Power to Mario going into Swamp without the hookshot, he has to be going full left side, right?
yeah, at this point I think so. It's pretty much if you're gonna go in here before having hookshot, you really do want hookshot to be like in here. So you would do everything. Pretty much want to do everything if possible. I think for the most part, Power to Mario, I think, was doing pretty well. I think maybe he got rattled by Turtle Rock a little bit because there was a death in one of the Poke rooms, I think. That kind of sucks because sometimes like just one little thing can just throw the entire run off, and then I think when that happened, like he forgot to check the ether tablets, and unfortunately that's where the Thief's Summit key is. Like,
Now, if neither of our runners find what they need here in Swamp, at some point, that Ice Palace Big Chest has to start calling to you, right?
sure, yeah, it is definitely a choice. It is certainly possible that either could be in that location. So far, nothing. And so, as far as checks go, so these are the following checks that they have left collectively. And so they still have whatever's in Swamp. They still have Pyramid Fairy. They have Ice Palace Big Chest. They have King's Tomb and Bonk Rocks. Mushroom Turn-In. And there's nothing on the left side at all. They have Catfish and Zora. And they do have Spike Cave. Actually, I forgot about Spike Cave, but yeah.
So still plenty of things you're going to go do well before you make that second dip into ice.
Yeah.
Power to Mario realizing his hookshot is not in Swamp. Deciding to go do the Pyramid Fairy. Makes sense, you're right here.
And it is not in Swamp. Okay. Swamp is a completely dead dungeon. The big chest has nothing in it. It's either a map or a compass, one of those two. So. Oh, it's a map? Okay, thanks. And it's a rupee and a piece of heart. Okay. Alright, game. Where'd you store ether?
At some point, this game has to run out of 20 rupees. I swear we've seen most of them by now.
Yeah, I would think so too, but I don't know. This game seems to have an endless supply of them for some reason. Alright, looks like Power Tomorrow is gonna go do the bonk checks at this point. And TJ, if he wants the boots, he has to go to Shovel Spot and pick that up. And it's a bottle, okay.
Looks like we're gonna get our mushroom turn in.
It's not on mushroom turning. Okay.
Yet more cake. So now we're going to go up to Zora, probably hit Catfish along the way, since we can mirror to it.
We are officially down to 8 checks left in the game. So the go mode's gonna be found pretty soon. And it's not Catfish. All right, what?
Well,
I guess the better question. I guess the better question is: will we find Bombos before we find Ether? I think that's the a fake medallion, basically, or Ice Rod, or everybody's favorite Ice Rod.
Definitely not what you want to say. All right, some return on our investment from the scam fish. Whew, it is getting slim.
All right, where is this thing? Like,
looks like Spike Cave's going to be the first one, I would think.
Does Power to Mario have a potion or a fairy or something? Oh, where was Hookshot? Hookshot's in Thieves Town Blind Cell. Yes, Hookshot Cave. The first test, actually, Power to Mario did check that one. Unfortunately, it didn't have anything. But yeah, the other 3 chests are not checked at this point. So potentially, Ether could be there.
Power to Mario going into the front of TR. I'll just clear that up really quick.
Such an agonizing climb on the mountain.
hopefully while Power to Mario is up here, he manages to get over to the tablet and get his Thieves Town big key.
Alright, Archecade, do you have the answer for us today? It's not that chest for sure, but it could be one of the other three. No, no, and... what is it? No, no.
Oh, man.
God, the game...
All the money.
Like, oh my goodness, we're down to 3 now, like... Spike Cave, Bonk Rocks, which I'm surprised that was forgotten, but, like, that one, and... I hope it's not Ice Palace Big Chest. I really hope not.
TJ. Yep, checking out the big chest. More cash.
Okay, now Power to Mario is going to get the Thieves Down Mickey. Now, where's TJ going?
Exactly. Is he turning in his green pendant? Did he not do that yet?
Maybe. I know Power to Mario did that, but I don't think I remember seeing him do that. And a dumpster rupee from Saha. Okay. Maybe. Let's see. Looks like TJ's gonna do Smids and Purple Chest. At this point. Which already Power to Mario had done those checks. There's nothing there specifically.
Although hopefully he changed that a little bit and maybe goes and gets the dig spot.
Yeah. I think there was an item in the first part of Hera and then the compass chest, so the last item will be on the boss. So I think it's either the small key or the map or some bad thing that we don't need. It's gonna be Ice Palace Big Chest, isn't it?
At this point. But then the question is, what is in that big chest?
Yeah, the Ice Palace Big Chest to get the Ice Rod, to get the Ether of Trinex. Alright, here's a new check. Here's one of the ones that we do not know of. Is it in Spike Cave? It is not in Spike Cave. Oh my god, we're down to 2. Or actually, the Ice Palace Big Chest to get the Skull's Big Key. To get the Ice Rod, to get the freaking Ether. Like...
The dominoes are stacking up as we speak.
Yeah, right now it's 50% chance for Ice Palace Big Chest to be the answer. Yeah, so Power Tomorrow is going to get his hookshot now out of Blind Cell. And probably will go straight over to Swamp at that point. I don't know if I would do that, like, specifically. Kind of have to pick up the small key. This is not retrits or anything like that. just in case you need a smoky to go around. It's actually going to work out because the big chest does not have anything on this seed, but yeah.
We checked Desert Ledge, right?
Yeah, it was just a rupee or something. It was garbage.
I assume so. That would be a silly thing to forget, but speaking as somebody who tends to forget the silly ones, I could absolutely see it happening.
Okay, it looks like TJ is finally going to get his boots. And open up the wonderful checks of King's Tomb, Bonk Rocks, Desert Right Side. What else is open? I think that's it. I mean, boots actually don't open up that many things for him.
Yeah, at this point, it's probably something... I mean, you're not probably upset to see them, but it's definitely not the thing you're hoping it would be.
I think TJ is going to go do Bonk Rocks and King's Tomb. So this is it. It's either gotta be here, it's gotta be here, or it's gotta be in the place we do not want it to be in. Like, is it in Bonk Rocks? Oh my god! Like,
Riot Field?
it's Ice Palace Big Chest. That is our answer. Yeah, that is our last check. They both have done everything else. They themselves have not done all those checks specifically, but they have all seen. We have all seen all those checks, so we know that it's Ice Palace Big Chest, at least at this point. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, I think you know, but when both of them did Ice Palace, I was a little shocked by both of their choices to do that. Just because, I don't know, like, I felt like there was better choices for them to be done before they actually... Yeah, they did it kind of early, and at a time I thought that they had better options to do at that point. So for them to just go into Ice, I mean, it did work out because you ended up having to get the Meyer Big Key, but... Oh my god, it's there. And like I said, it's not necessarily like Ether. It could be still Ice Rod. It could still be Skullwit's Big Key. It could be... What else could actually be there at this point? Like,
I think that's it. That, isn't it? Yeah.
I think, yeah, it's got to be one of those three things at this point. And most likely it's going to be Ether, I think, at this point. Because I don't feel like there's any reason to have Turtle Rock or any of that stuff at this point. There's our bottle, which is garbage. If only that was Quake, this would not be a problem.
Oh, TJ's gonna do Spike.
I think at this point, most people would actually last locate this, personally, just because it's very hard to go back to. It's not a fast check to do, and unless you're forced to do it, most people will just say, you know, unfortunately, if it's there, that's the unfortunate part.
And at this point, both runners must just be thinking, where is it? Where is it? Please let it be anywhere except there. So.
Yeah, pretty much. I think TJ is at a last location, so he just has to go over there and go get that.
So do you think since Power Mario has had his boots for so much longer and has done a few more of these checks that TJ just went through and cleared, do you think he is more likely to go back to ice sooner?
Yeah, you know, if Power Mario did not go into Swamp early, maybe. Like, I think it's actually getting quite close again. You know, like, for a bit of time, maybe the last 10-15 minutes, I thought TJ was just going to pull it out, like, outright, just because Power Mario just missed the Thieves' Town big key. I don't know, if he goes straight over there, he could... This race could be very close. Like, we just decide, oh yeah, let's just do ice. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen. It looks like he's going to do Hookshot Cave first. I don't know. I mean, if I felt that behind after doing Swamp twice, like, I probably would just, like, go straight over there. Like, let's just go and do this stupid check. Like, it might just be the answer. Like, yeah, and TJ is going to get to Ice Palace first. If Power to Mario goes right away, he still does have a chance, because GT Big Key is in its own dungeon. So depending on their routing, you know, like, it could be close, like, still, but it depends on where he goes next afterwards. I think, though, he might not have very much more left to do. So, I mean, you went to Hookless Swamp, I would be, like, okay with going straight over to Ice Palace Big Chest before our last location. Alright, here we go. So actually, it's close. It's very close right now. Yep. Like... Okay, so do we really want Ether to be there, or do we want Ice Rod? Or Skull was Biggie?
Depends on who you ask, I would think.
I think we want this merry-go-round to continue, I think, a little bit longer, right? We gotta have Trinex get involved in this situation.
I mean, at some point, one of these bosses has to have something of some use on them. So, I mean, we're at slim pickings at this point. So.
And there it is. Okay, unfortunately. Trinex, sorry, we're not gonna see you on this seed. Alright, well, the best part about this scene, we get to go on Meyer.
So that is go mode at 139.40.
Yeah, so both of them went into Ice Palace early. They both got the Meyer Big Key out of the map chest. Finished the boss, then didn't come back until they had a last location. I think it's a last location for Power Mario, but I'm not sure. The Big Key to Ice Palace was in Mimic Cave, so you had to get the mitts first in order to actually go up there, and so that was the move I was hoping TJ was going to do first, at least, just because, you know, TJ actually went to Desert early, and he got the mitts, and I was like, okay, that's our way to get over to the mountain and do all that stuff. The mountain itself was very empty. The only things over there were those two big keys, Ice and Thieves' Town. And so, for both of them, I definitely am going to ask, like, why they chose to do Ice as early as they did, because they really had a bunch of other options that I felt like were better for them, for both of them. And so, I was a little surprised that both of them chose to do that dungeon early instead of just waiting for it a little bit longer.
Absolutely. So looking at the times, I think Power to Mario is roughly about a minute behind entering Meyer, behind TJ. So definitely still within the realm of GT routing.
Yes, it's still close enough that GT routing can affect who wins this race or not. Like, so but it's gonna be close either way within like 3 minutes for sure. Even with bad GT routing, it ends up working out for one and not the other.
Both of them will be going into Ganon with Butter Sword and Silver, so should be a pretty quick Ganon fight when we get there. Power to Mario does have the male benefit, but I mean, these two shouldn't have too much of an issue with the male differences.
Did either of them come in from Meyer? I think they both fluted to 6 and went straight over to Meyer.
And that is TJ's 7th crystal.
Yeah. Would it ultimately be faster to go into Light World than Mirror? I think this is a little bit faster to do that, because otherwise you would have to do like 3 transitions with Mirror versus just a flute over to 6 or 6 or 8. Actually, you could do 8 too. Like, it's kind of fast that way as well.
One of the joys of inverted mode, we're already at Ganon's Tower, we're already here. So we will start our 1 to 22 checks for the GT Big Key.
And the first item is a key.
Power to Mario right behind TJ.
Number 2 is a rupee, 3 is a key, 4 is a heart, 5 is a arrow. Okay. And it looks like TJ's going to do DM strats, which is fine. Six is a key, 7 is a arrow, which is Bob's chest. Bob's chest is the one right before Ice Armos, the one where you have to bomb the floor. That one is Bob's chest. So it looks like both of them are going to do DMs. I think DM strats?
Yep, I think that's right.
Bombs, 8 for bombs, 9 for arrows, 10 for a rupee, 100. We still don't actually have the Skullwood's big key or the Swamp big key.
Power to Mario
So,
is doing the
yeah,
tower.
like...
Alright.
Wow, okay. That is definitely a choice. Like... I mean, if it works out that it ends up being there specifically, and yeah, I could get him a little bit of time save here.
Meanwhile, PJ opting to go full right.
And it's nothing. Okay. Yeah, we have to be a little bit careful with the big keys on this in this GT because we don't have 2 of them specifically. Yeah, so this one's Bob Chest right here. Come on, game.
Power to Mario opting to mirror back.
Is that it? No, 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 oh, right there.
Oh, no.
See? That's a fake out. Like, there's some big key that randomly pops up and like, nope, it's not that one.
So that's what now a very, very slightly to Power to Mario because they've already checked the same things here on the left side.
Yeah.
So he's only a room ahead.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
This is the power of GT routing. Like, it could definitely can change like races for sure.
Plus, Power to Mario has the benefit of knowing it's not in Tile Room.
Yeah, execution I think is gonna be a big portion though. Like, we know that it has to be at GT Random Room. Yeah, GT Random Room at this point.
Yeah, we've got a race on.
They are very, very close going in, so it's going to be an execution battle, I think, for the most part. Oh look, the small key to this dungeon. Oh look, the big key to small.
Oh, jeez.
They are just teasing
There
they're teasing the players so hard. Like, here's the big key. Oh, it's swamp. Oh, here's the big key. Oh, it's skull. Like, wow. Okay, game. Okay. Yeah. So this is just pure. Whoever has the better execution is going to win this at this point.
It is a race to the finish. I mean, always is, but definitely in this case.
I think in general, TJ is a little bit stronger with execution. Just based on, like, TJ was probably about 4 rooms or so behind after doing all of the right side. And somehow he's able to have caught up from that. So, to me, I can tell that, like, his execution is a little bit better, like, in overall sense. Like,
we have almost exact same times on screen transitions here. This is fantastic.
I know, right? Like, this is the kind of race that you kind of want to watch, right? And when somebody's already deciding, like, have finished and found everything, and they're already in GT, and the other person's not, it's a little anticlimactic watching a race like that. But when both people are in GT at the same time, and they're just like racing to finish everything, it is a lot more exciting to watch a race like this. Like,
nice kills on Landmo 2.
I don't know how I would have. I'm not sure who would have won this if Power to Mario did not do Tile Room. Because Tile Room does take about a minute's worth of time. If he chose to not do that room and just skip it and just move over to the left side, like, I'm not sure exactly what would have happened there.
Definitely.
Yeah, they're both in the same room after floor 5. Yeah, they're in the same room.
The soundtrack is definitely working up to the hype of the end of this race here.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, please, somebody open up validation, please.
I mean, at this point,
No.
you just assume it has rupees.
Sad. Oh, we don't want validation ice rod or validation, like, combos or like something ridiculous. Like, by the way, half magic. By the way, half magic. If people came in late, half magic is on pedestal. I wanted to see. Yeah, this is still a really close race within a minute's worth of time. So definitely a good race to watch at the end because everybody pretty much had to go to Ice Palace at the end. And that's pretty much why it got so close. For a bit of time, like at the beginning part, Mario was actually got to the Dark World first. Like and was starting to clear stuff. He did Eastern and Saha early, so he had the Fire Rod early, and then TJ followed and did CAC and stuff. So and then TJ got a little bit ahead at that point after the Thieves on Big Key, really. For the most part, though, it was from what I was watching, it was a very close race between the two of them. And at the end, it's still pretty much a close race. All right, there we go. Get the GG's in chat for TJ and Heart of Mario. Both of them are about to finish within I think about under 20 seconds, like maybe 10 seconds between the two.
GG's indeed. Whew, that was close.
Yeah, 6 seconds between the two of them. TJ finished with a time of 1:53.23. Howard and Mario finished with a time of 1:53.29. And first place in this race is High Roller, the time of 1:43.31. Second place is Shire with a time of 1:45.42. And in third place is Kisei with a time of 1:51.35. And GG's, everyone.
Thank you.
Oh, TJ. Oh, TJ.
What? What?
Nice job.
Not nice. No, are you kidding? Ether.
Yeah, the Ether. You know, it was interesting because during the actual race and stuff, I just kept saying Ice Spell's Big Chest, and I was like worried, like, I don't know necessarily if you should do ice so early. I guess the big question I have for both of you actually is, I guess what was the reasoning for doing Ice Palace so early when you
Why
did?
not? Why not?
What? Okay.
Yeah, that's as simple as that. Why not? I didn't have a mirror. I didn't have a hook shot. I didn't have boots. I didn't have anything to make Death Mountain at all more accessible or interesting to route. And gambling that something was not going to be in the big chest seemed reasonable.
Okay.
Yeah, simple as that. Why not? Why not do it? This green pendant, turn it in. Whatever. I mean, I got unlucky. What do you want me to tell you?
All right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Power to Mario, same question. I guess.
Why do Ice Palace early?
Yeah, because I think when you were choosing to do it, I think you had Skull Woods like fully clearable for the most part. And I was a little, I guess I was a little surprised by both of you doing it as early as you did, considering what were the choices and options for both of you. That felt like a little bit better just in case like the Ice Palace Big Key just shows up for some reason, and like on this seed, it did end up showing up.
Yeah, it was pretty likely. It was very likely that it wasn't going to be a factor, and I went in with Hammer, so it felt fine. Like, you know that one check's going to be on a boss in every dungeon, so there's a pretty good chance that the big chest isn't going to have anything. Maybe a compass or a map or a key.
Yeah, pretty much the same reasoning. Yeah, like I'm not going to avoid it on the 1 in 100 chance that it's something. And wow, okay, thanks.
Yeah, I think High Ruler and Shire and Keisei probably had a similar line of thinking with that Ice Palace. I think just High Ruler and Shire just got to it faster somehow. I don't know. I actually had Ice Palace in mind after Swamp. However, because I accidentally save quit in Turtle Rock earlier in the seed, I threw that plan out the window because I'm like, oh man, well, I'm probably gonna have to go back up and get something up there. And sure enough, the Thieves Town big key was there because I was trying to put off. So you saw that I hard avoided Skull Woods and Thieves Town VOO at the very beginning because I got that flippers logic and was able to go straight to Aga. I basically bet on the hammer being in Light World. It was very likely at that point when you have Lamp, Sword, and Moon Pearl from Pod.
Most Invrosia seeds are definitely Aga seeds. I played enough of this mode to say, like, yeah, that's what they're doing.
Yeah, for the most part, I agreed with pretty much most of the things that you guys both did, actually. Power Tomorrow, you got to Light World a little bit sooner, like maybe about a minute or two before TJ did.
That checks out.
And then I did like the play that you went over to just go kill Aga early because like the Super Bunny is kind of slow, and then you have to deal with Minals and stuff, and then Catfish is kind of like like maybe there's a better time to do Catfish at that time, like some other time.
Yeah, because I mean, you go past the Lionel Shore, get to the Super Bunny. You don't have healing, so you have to then save quit and then do the whole mountain trek again. So it just made sense to just go straight in, especially when you have like 80 checks available to you in the Light World immediately, or whatever, some big number.
Oh yeah, like that's why I think for the most part, for the first like hour and 10 or 20 or so, I was pretty much like in agreement with like what you guys were doing for the most part, and it was pretty close for most of the seed. At one point, I thought if either was actually on the way to like through the hook shot, it felt like TJ at that point got a little bit ahead at that point, but unfortunately, Ice Palace Big Chest was the answer to where that was. So
yeah, that's just the kind of luck I have.
Yeah, TJ probably got the Thieves Town big key on the first Light World mountain trek, and was able to. Did you single dip Thieves Town, or did you go to Thieves Town early? TJ?
I went to Thieves Town pretty early. I didn't want to go right to Palace of Darkness, and I've seen Invrosia seeds where I've gotten flippers, but it's like bow locked, and then you have to get the bow out of Thieves Town or something. So I just didn't want to bother with that whole thing. I ended up mimic clipping anyway.
Yeah.
So it was whatever. But I didn't go to Catfish, and I didn't go to Super Bunny. I'm like, as soon as I got the lamp, I'm like, yeah, I know what's happening here. I see what's going on. I smell what the seed is cooking, but
I'm still miffed that my thumb slid across the D-pad and went to save quit instead of could have been a different outcome, but that's okay. I like inverted modes.
I love inverted modes, yeah.
I like that the tree pole was bombs. I got the bomb tree pole. I'm like, oh, yep. Going night cave.
Always nice at the beginning. Yeah, Johnny had nothing though.
Yeah, it was pretty dead. Heart container, that was nice, but
yeah, a little money, not so bad.
Seems like every boss had to give you a rupee in this game.
It seems like that. It was as the seed went on, it started to get more and more and more inconvenient until it like had to put ether in that chest. Really, like it put Meyer big key there too, which is another reason I never went back. I'm like, there's no way the Meyer care package is completely pendant Ice Palace. Like, come on, really? Like, am I really this unlucky? Answer yes. Yeah.
CS and I were sitting here debating whether it was going to be Ice Rod or Skull Big or what was going to be in that chest, just to see if the
Skullwood's Binky ended up making me angry anyway.
Yeah, like there was a lot of fake outs in GT with 3 big keys. 2 of them were fake.
I didn't get that skull big.
Oh, this skull big was in the big room.
Yeah, I routed Stalfos to Ice Armos.
Oh, you Stalfos to full, right? Okay.
Yes, whenever I have silvers, that's the way I do it.
I threw I did DM and then I went rando room. I threw in tile room when I went right because no one does it. So
yeah, it was actually fun to watch.
Yes.
Yeah, it was very fun to watch at the end specifically because it was very close for most of the seed. I would say it was very close at the end. Yeah.
You had synced screen transitions there a couple of times going into the gauntlet, so it was a lot of fun to watch. So thank you.
Man.
I think that's it for me in terms of questions. The main thing was to ask about the Ice Palace.
Ice Palace, yeah. Well, you know, it's whatever. Same reason I skipped Left Side Swamp, you know?
Yeah, it was a good skip too there. There was nothing over there.
Right? And if Ice Palace Big Chest didn't have anything, it would have been fine. But it did. So it wasn't. And it sucked. And what are you gonna do? Every now and then, you know, it's gonna burn you. Every now and then. It's gonna happen.
Oh yeah. I think. Do you have any other questions, Echo?
No, I think I'm good. That was an excellent race to watch, and thank you both. And also shout out to our tracker, Made Watt Herd, for keeping us in check throughout the entire seed. So couldn't have done without you.
Does anybody else have any other questions or comments?
Does why me count as a question? and why always on Restream?
I don't know. There wasn't very many that wanted to do this one.
Yeah, Inverted doesn't get a lot of people. I made sure to make time for this.
Yeah,
I haven't played in like 2 weeks, a little out of practice, but I think for the most part everything was fine except, you know, the only thing that wasn't rusty was my bad luck.
All right. Echo? Do you want to take us off of the stream? I guess because I don't have any other questions or comments to make about this race. It was a fun race, though. I do appreciate both of you doing this, and for SG4 to actually hosting this stream.
Yeah, I had a good time and nothing else.
All right, so I guess we'll be ending it here. Have a great night, everyone. I'm not sure exactly how this is supposed to be done, though. Let's see. Let's see what's coming up next on the list. I think there's only the weekly open coming up on Sunday. As far as planned SGB or daily or weekly seeds, so everyone have a good night. I will see everyone. Take care. Thank you, Echo, for coming with me, and TJ and Power to Mario for racing this and being on Restream. We will see you guys later. Thanks. How exactly do I do this? Can I just exit on this?
I don't know either.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure. Yeah, that's the problem.